the largest annual platform for dialogue between Russia and the Islamic world. Russia, Islamic world, Kazan Forum, 200 events, a projects exhibition, a halal products exhibition, an Islamic fashion show, Islamic financial studies, meetings with investors, reaching new markets, international business partnership. Tatarstan is waiting for you. KazanForum.ru.
Yeah, hello, you're watching special reports here on TVRI World. We come to you live from the city of Kazan, the very capital of the Republic of Tatarstan, one of the biggest cities within Russian Federation. And this year, again, the city of Kazan becomes the proud host of Kazan Forum 2024. It is indeed an economic forum, a social forum, and more importantly, a platform for Russia, represented by the biggest populated under the federations, which is Tatarstan, Muslim populated, with the Islamic world, countries with Muslim population. From the 14th to the 19th of May 2024, the prestigious Kazan Forum 2024 is taking place right here, and we are bringing you all the nitty-gritty, all the hooks and crannies, all the important conversations from the forum to your audience right there all around the globe. I'm Rahmat Idris. This is such a delight for the premiere edition of Special Reports, and we gotta tell you, some of the most significant topics have been put on the table to be discussed. The three main ones, as I mentioned earlier, was the economic, trade, values, and investment opportunities from all of different participating countries. And to take the notice, over 80 countries and over 11,000 delegates, including journalists, are packing up the city to take part in this prestigious forum. Investments and economy, and another important aspect to touch during the Kazan Forum 2024 is the culture. We'll bring you more updates on that later on, and even sports. But just to bring you over into in-depth conversations on the economic aspects of Kazan Forum 2024, right now, we are extremely honored and delighted to be in the presence of the president, the chairman of CCIRT, and that is the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of the Republic of Tatarstan, and also the member of the board of the CCIRF, and that is under the Russian Federation, His Excellency Shamil Agev. Доброе утро, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, доброе утро.
Thank you very much for joining us in this conversation.
Мы рады вас видеть.
We're very glad to see
Нам очень приятно, что здесь вы приехали на форум. Здесь приехало предприниматели более 80 стран.
Over 80 countries are participating in
Разные виды бизнеса.
They brought the information about the different businesses.
Татарстан – крупный регион в России.
Tatarstan is a very large region
Самолеты,
in Russia.
Автомашины, вертолеты, суда.
Planes, cars and ships.
Компрессоры.
Compressors.
Нефтехимия.
Petrochemical industry. Oil industry.
Сельское хозяйство.
And agriculture are all represented here.
Есть все возможности сотрудничать с нами. Главное, мы знаем, что такая страна Индонезия.
We know that such big and mighty country as Indonesia,
трудолюбивый народ,
and it's very industrious people,
в сложных условиях показывает хорошие результаты.
Are showing great results in very difficult conditions.
Мы рады работать с вами.
And we are very glad to work and cooperate.
Многие вещи надо делать по-новому и смелее.
And we can and we must do a lot of things more efficient and more. We must be more brave.
Right, Mr. Agev, first of all, we are very honored and privileged to be welcomed to your beautiful city. First of all, I'd like to ask you the questions on the significance of Chambers of Commerce and Industry of Tatarstan in the course of developments and the modernization of this advanced republic.
Для нас главная задача – развивать международные связи, поддерживать малый и средний бизнес, решительно выступать на стороне нашего бизнеса, взаимодействия с органами власти.
the main goals of our chamber is to promote and to facilitate the activity of small and medium-sized business as well as big business.
Защищать интересы предпринимательства и находить надежных партнеров.
We protect interests of our businessmen and we help them to find reliable partners.
Подготовка кадров.
And we bring up,
Работа с молодежью.
we bring up and educate people to work in industry, and we work with young people, with young
Создавать
generation.
хороший деловой климат для бизнеса.
And we are aimed at creating good business climate.
Независимо с какой страны бизнесмен, он у нас найдет поддержку и помощь.
Any businessman from any country will find support in the chamber and help in his business.
Мы входим в мировую систему палат.
We are included and integrated into the world system of chambers.
Наша палата имеет более 300 соглашений с другими палатами.
Our chamber has signed over 300 agreements and contracts with other chambers in the world.
Сейчас это особенно важно,
It is very important now.
потому что
this time.
Россия, российский бизнес больше идет на восток,
Russia
в Азию.
and Russian business is more oriented to the Oriental countries now.
Индонезия прекрасное место для бизнеса.
Indonesia is a perfect place for business and for development of our
Немножко
country.
далеко, но
A little bit too far from our country still.
Very, very far away. And we
Yeah.
have to travel a long ways, but
очень,
we
очень
are
далеко. Мы
extremely
очень
delighted to be here
далеко
and to be a
летели.
part of
Но
Kazan
очень
Forum
хорошо здесь
2024.
участвовать в этом форуме.
Mr. Agiv, we are extremely curious about the important role of Chamber of
Интересно
Commerce
узнать о роли торгово-промышленных палат.
and industry of Tatarstan in the developing cooperations with Islamic world,
С исламским
countries
миром,
with
как
Islamic
вот
populations.
налаживать контакт.
вот этот форум, он начинался по инициативе торгово-промышленной палаты.
This forum has been started upon the initiative of the chambers of
Вначале была
commerce.
одна страна, сейчас представлено 83 страны.
At present, it started from 1, 2, 3 countries, but
Больше-
now over 80 countries are represented.
Больше 20 палат
Over
исламского мира.
20 countries of Islamic world are represented here.
Здесь уже собирается выход. Более 300 бизнесменов с этих арабских стран, исламских стран.
A lot of businessmen from Islamic countries work at this forum.
Перед форумом идет большая работа, непростая работа.
A large work has been carried out and is being carried out now. at
Исламский
present.
бизнес имеет свои особенности,
Islamic business has its peculiarities, of course,
подход другой.
and any other approaches.
Но через нас, через Татарстан, исламский бизнес может входить во всю Россию.
But Tatarstan is the point where all the businesses come together and then penetrate into the whole Russia.
Финансы, контакты.
Finances, financial contacts, business contacts all come through Tatarstan very easily.
Мы работаем в условиях санкций со стороны Америки,
Oh, we are now working, in the conditions of sanctions
Европы.
of American and
Но мы
European
надеемся, что
sanctions.
бизнес будет развиваться, и мы многие научились делать сами.
But we hope that business will be developing, and we've learned to make a lot of things ourselves.
Mr. Agiv, we are aware that Russian Federation
Мы знаем,
and
что
Russia
Российская Федерация,
overall
Россия
has such a strong and robust economy.
очень
What do
крепкую
you
экономику.
think is
Как вы
the biggest
думаете,
appeal, the biggest interest for all of these countries, Islamic countries, to work together, to
в чем состоит
cooperate
основной
and to
интерес этих
invest in
исламских
Tatarstan?
стран инвестировать
Им,
сюда?
речь идет о взаимных инвестициях.
We speak and we think of
Дальше.
mutual
В
investments
вопросах продовольствия,
in the aspects
обеспечении
of
зерном.
foodstuffs, then grain,
в ряде машин,
technical spheres,
Вертолеты,
for instance, helicopters,
суда.
cars, ships,
есть хорошие научные разработки,
We
новые
have a
технологии.
lot of very interesting scientific research work and developments.
Но это процесс непростой.
It is not very easy and not very quick process.
Первые шаги есть.
But we've taken the first steps
Видите
already.
обстановку доброжелюбную здесь, большие
And you
контакты.
see the attitude of the local population, of the whole local business is very friendly.
За исламским бизнесом большое будущее.
And Islamic business has a very great and prospective future.
Right. Mr. Agif, as you mentioned, Indonesia is located so far away
очень далеко Индонезия
from
находится от
Russia,
России.
but yet a lot of other
Но
countries
всё же
are as well, and they are here for the
Очень
Kazan
много
Forum.
здесь стран
How do you think you will be
приехали.
able to establish
Как вы
cooperations
думаете,
with countries that are
как
geographically so far away from
устанавливать
Russia
вот в таких
and yet still
условиях
thrive?
отношения?
Отношения всегда установятся. Почему? Когда есть взаимное желание и взаимный тяг.
If there is mutual understanding and mutual desire to meet and establish business, it will be established.
Самолеты быстро летают.
Planes fly very quickly,
That's right, especially when it's direct flight, so it's
и
shorter.
особенно когда есть прямые рейсы.
Yeah. With Asian countries in particular, Mr. Agif, what do you think are some of the most potential sectors to
Какие
build
сектора самые
and to establish
потенциально
cooperation?
вот в азиатских
В
странах?
азиатских, во-первых, продовольственные вопросы.
The first and foremost is foodstuffs,
Работа с сырьем, которого у
and
нас
raw
нет
materials,
и которого там нет.
which are not available in Asian countries, but available in Russia. And vice
Некоторые
versa.
научные разработки.
And the scientific developments, of course.
Широкий спектр вопросов.
A very wide spectrum of issues.
В такой встрече сразу все не скажешь.
These issues demand another meeting and another discussion.
Но интерес есть.
But there
И
exists
с этой
great
той стороны. И
interest
мы
on
должны
both
этот интерес
sides.
поддерживать.
And we support this and facilitate this interest.
И телевидение делает хорошую вещь, которую развивает.
Television is making great thing in development of all these relationships.
Поэтому мы приветствуем вас в Казани, в
We
Татарстане.
greet you here in Tatarstan, in Kazan.
И ждем туристов, предпринимателей. Мы всех примем, всем будет хорошо.
And we are waiting for tourists, entrepreneurs. Everybody will find interest here, and everybody will be satisfied.
Зимой даже снег попробуйте и на лыжах
It is
походите.
interesting to feel the snow in winter even, and to skate.
Right. Mr. Agif, just a little over 9 months ago, I had
Около
the
9
opportunity
месяцев назад у него была
to
возможность
have a dialogue with the
диалога
Rais of Tatarstan,
с Раисом.
His Excellency Rustam Minnikhanov. At that point, he mentions that he
Он
hopes for
упомянул,
more
что он
cooperations to be
надеется на
established
большее
between
сотрудничество,
Tatarstan and Indonesia,
установление большего сотрудничества с
more
Индонезией.
students coming in,
И чтобы
and
студенты
more
приезжали. Вот что.
opportunities. What's your opinion about
Вы
this?
знаете, уже сдвиг есть. Студентов приезжает больше. В этом году мы рассчитываем больше студентов. Это большой фактор. Но движение не так просто делается.
It is not very easy to establish all these relationships, but great and important steps have been taken already in this
Но по
direction.
студентам сдвиг пошел.
And students are
Сейчас
gradually,
готовятся
slowly but gradually
небольшие
increasing.
экономические миссии.
And economic missions are being prepared now and
Но сейчас должен
organized.
пройти определенный период.
But a certain period must pass, and then we'll see the results.
А наши я ему завтра расскажу.
And tomorrow I will tell Rais about our meeting.
That would be a delight.
Это
Well,
будет
Особенно
отлично.
фамилия Рахмат запомнилась. Имя Рахмат.
I hope he remembers I had such an exciting conversation with him. With that, we have to leave our conversation there. I would like to express my gratitude to the
Спасибо
President, the
большое
Chairman of
эту
the Chamber
беседу.
of Commerce and Industry of the Republic
на
of
этом
Tatarstan,
позвольте
His Excellency
завершить.
Shamir Agif. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Спасибо.
Spasiba Rahmet. That's in
Rahmat.
four languages there.
Там также. Всего доброго.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Well, that conversation sort of opened up our horizons on the potential opportunities of cooperations between Indonesia and the Republic of Tajikistan, despite the geographical challenges in such a far and distance from Indonesia to Russia, but all as well with the transportations available now. And before we move on with the special item here on Special Report, yesterday another notable session took place involving some notable media and broadcast institutions across Asia Pacific and also our Russian counterparts, with the representatives from the television, the Republic of Indonesia, and even broadcasting institutions from Iran, from Iraq, and other participating countries here at the Kazan Forum 2024. The idea was to sit together and to agree on the so-called unifications of information space, which was then followed up by the signing of Memorandum of Understanding by all the leaders of the media institutions. Our very own TVRI was represented by the President Director Iman Brotoseno. We have the report for you. Take a look. Fake news alongside misinformation and disinformation with the current trend of media convergence have triggered concern from many international media organizations around the globe. Through the Kazan Forum 2024 in Russia, attended by more than 80 countries and 11,000 delegates, a memorandum of understanding was signed for cooperations and the unification of the information space. TVRI has become an integral part as a representation of public media. Platform diversification, audience engagement, and collaborations partnerships are deemed essential to tackle the issues.
Ya, saya rasa event ini penting karena menjadi salah satu cara bagaimana kita untuk bisa terlibat lebih dalam mengenai kerjasama antar sesama negara Muslim, ya. Dan di sini saya melihat Rusia memfasilitasi pertemuan dengan negara-negara Muslim terkait dengan kerjasama penyiaran, media, maupun hal-hal yang berkaitan dengan perspektif informasi yang jujur, yang adil. Ya, kita melihat bahwa di sini ada berbagai kepentingan geopolitik dan mestinya Indonesia bisa menempatkan dirinya secara adil, tapi bebas aktif juga. Nah, sehingga kita juga mendapatkan informasi dari berbagai sumber, termasuk dari Rusia. Dan ini penting sekali sehingga kita mendapatkan cover both stories, karena mengingat sebagian besar berita-berita yang kita terima dari Barat juga menjadi bagian dari pemberitaan kita. Nah, kemarin kami juga melakukan penandatanganan Memorandum of Understanding dengan RT. Dan ini RT itu adalah Russia Today, ya, salah satu TV besar di Rusia. Dan ini menjadikan TVRI memiliki akses yang lebih dalam lagi terkait dengan sumber-sumber pemberitaan, kemudian pertukaran program, joint production, sehingga mudah-mudahan ini akan memberikan perspektif yang bagus buat TVRI terkait dengan isu-isu geopolitik.
Separately, TVRI has also signed a memorandum of understanding with the Russian counterparts of non-profit organizations of Russia Today television to enhance cooperations in content provision and coverage of conflicts in Europe and Middle East. Well, there you have it, a very special report on how media institutions across the world, around the world, are gathered here at Kazan Forum 2024 for a very special media session yesterday with the leaders of the media institutions agreeing on how a fair and just broadcast should be upheld, especially with their currently ongoing coverage on geopolitical tensions and conflicts taking place around the globe. It has been agreed that a fair and just broadcast on Palestine should be upheld, and no bans and sanctions should be imposed upon those who tell the truth. In the meantime, back to the Kazan Forum 2024, we are still coming to you live with a special report from the very venue of Kazan Forum 2024. We are here from Kazan Expo at the very heart of Kazan city, one of the largest city within the Russian Federations. Over 80 countries, over 11,000 delegates are packing the city to take part in this prestigious forums. And just on the other side of the place where I'm reporting at the moment is the very exciting Russia Halal Expo, where over 4,500 distinguished and handcrafted, curated products have been selected to be on displays. And these products not only range, every time we hear about halal products, we always think about food products, food services, but then again, all of these halal products for the Russian Halal Expo have such a wide and diverse range, from food, halal services, and even to halal apparel, halal infrastructures, and to cosmetics and skin cares, meaning that the whole wide world started to embrace the trend of halal culture, which have also sort of branched out to many different products rather than only food and ready-to-eat meals. And for this particular Kazan Forum 2024, it is such a great platform to sort of push forward and to promote more of these products, because we had conversations with one of the most notable halal companies here in Russia, mentioning that their products have been embraced not only domestically in Russia but also across Europe's penetrating market in United Arab Emirates, and soon to be found in Asia, where Indonesia and some other countries in the regions have been very prominent about halal industries, halal tourisms, and those products. There's a great market in the horizon. In the meantime, at also a very special media forum yesterday, we spoke to the chairman, or rather the head of RT Arabic, and that is the Russia Today, the Arabic channel broadcasting in different countries around the globe, countries that speak Arabic as their main languages. We spoke to Maya Mana, who prominently reiterated the fact that all of these broadcast institutions have an equal and shared right to broadcast their contents. Russia Today, not only the Arabic channel, have been having sanctions and bannings from different institutions around the world. Even their dedicated channels on different media platforms, YouTube, for example, have been suffering deletions. Over billions of viewed content have been simply to put vaporized. We spoke to her on the current condition and how, in the time coming, these arguments should be settled properly. Let's have a look at our interview with the chair and the head of the RT Arabic, Maya Mana. Take a look. So here we are at Kazan Forum 2024. Just moments ago, a very special media sessions shining a light on the unifications of information space, or rather the segregation of it, took center stage. And I'm right here with the head of RT Arabic, and that is Russia Today Arabic, another prominent news institutions here in Russia. The head with me, Maya Mana, Ms. Maya. So what are the biggest and key takeaways from our particular sessions on the unifications, or rather the segregations of information space?
Well, I want to thank, first of all, Indonesian delegation for covering this summit, for being here at this forum with us, for having such an amazing speaker at the session with us. It's very important to exchange information. I think the conclusion of our session today is exchange of ideas and infrastructure, because we can exchange ideas forever. However, we need to build an infrastructure, meaning maybe independent internet that many people have access to, independent social media platforms, because we've seen, we as RT have gone through immense pressure from the Western social media platforms, when in just one day they deleted our accounts for all language versions. For example, YouTube in one night deleted 64 RT accounts with billions of views, not millions of views, billions of views. They're just gone. There's no trace of RT on YouTube right now. So taking into consideration the reality of things, I think building an infrastructure, technological infrastructure, where in the field of AI, in the field of creating internet, we cooperate, I think is our only way, because otherwise the Westerners have that ready and in use. We need to put something that could compete with that.
Yeah. With all of the, for lack of a better word, hardships that Russia today, including your institutions, RT Arabic, has have to go through with all the deletions of your contents, how do you navigate and maneuver around to get your content across to your targeted audience?
Very good question. So there are two ways. One way, we keep on doing what we did before to maybe anger our opponents, just to show them that we're not going to stop. Okay, you close our page, we open another page and another page and another page. So we created a network of RT branded pages on those websites and social media platforms that deleted us. And we're doing it every day, and we're constantly working with more pages being deleted, but we just believe that it's important to keep our logo, to keep our brand relevant. And the numbers show us that we are doing the right thing. Last year, RT Arabic generated around 900 million views on social media, despite all the efforts to pessimize us. And I'm only talking about the Arabic channel right now. The RT network has a much larger number of that. This year, we are planning to get closer to 2 billion views, which means that we are increasing constantly the amount of viewership under the logo. So that's working, and the other thing is something naughty that we're doing. It's creating a network of partisans. So those people who feel who feel the same way about the issues that we talk about, who are ready to give us their pages to cooperate with us to make projects together, where RT would not necessarily use its logo to promote this partnership, but where we will use the principles that we want to promote as our main value, and together with those people who think the same way as we do, we create more and more content online. So two directions, the official one and a naughty one.
As an Arabic channel of Russia today, we believe you must have a comprehensive coverage on what's currently transpiring over in Middle East, the attacks on Gaza, and currently moving on to Rafah. So what are the policies over at RT Arabic in terms of giving a just coverage on what's currently happening in Gaza, despite all of these threats and closure event to your other, I should say, sister channels? Al Jazeera, for example, has been closed locally, at least in Israel. So how do you adjust your policy around all these threats? And
I think RT Arabic has a beautiful policy of showing different sides of any conflict. We learned the hard way that if we only promote one side, which is ours, we lose audience, because Russia is taking a very active part in solving issues in the Middle East. For example, its presence in Syria to help Syrian army fight ISIS, which is successful. It's a fact right now. We can say ISIS is gone after Russia took part in this war against terrorism. So, as we did with that issue, when we gave floor to all the parties except for terrorists, of course, to participate in a dialogue, we're dealing the same with Palestine. We have correspondents in Gaza, we have correspondents in Jerusalem, we have correspondents covering as many points of reference in that story as possible. Of course, the Arabic audience is biased towards Palestine and Palestinians, because this is the main issue that the Arabs have been talking about for years, and the League of Arab Nations is almost created to solve this problem. So, of course, there is this bias, but we give Israeli authorities time to speak. American representatives of American governmental bodies also are welcome on air, and we allow the audience, based on the answers they get, decide whether they believe in that rhetoric or not.
right. A very quick final question: is there any plan in place for the future cooperations with your Indonesian counterparts, as one of the biggest and most Muslim populates in the world?
I think it's something very important that we need to look into. To be honest, as an Arabic channel, we're looking more into the countries where Arabic is the main language, but I think widening our agenda and thinking about the Islamic world as a whole could be the solution. So I think we should do that.
Maya Mana, head of Russia Today Arabic, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much. There you have it, our conversations with the head of RT Arabic, Maya Mana, just a while ago. In the meantime, we will continue to observe all the rolled out agenda here for the Kazan Forum 2024, the 15th Russia and Islamic World Forum here from the city of Kazan. Just this very morning, a very significant meeting took place, which is the annual meeting of the Group of Strategic Visions, Russia and the Islamic World, opened by the Rais, or the President of the Republic of Tatarstan himself, His Excellency Rustam Minikhanov, who in his speech said that the group is such a unique group and it was a platform for interfaith dialogue to take place. And he said that conversations between the leaders of Orthodox Church and also the leaders of the Islamic world will sit together to sort of address some of the most pressing matters that the world is currently facing. Most importantly, what the Palestinians people are currently facing with the continuous and raged attack from the Israeli military and defense. And other exciting agendas also on the horizons. We have the culinary and chef competition, and these are for young chefs for the Islamic world. And from Kazan, we will be competing. And in the sports perspective, just yesterday, the final of ice hockey team involving one of the members from Central Asia, Uzbekistan, that was very exciting. And we will continue to cover on the ground more of Kazan Forum 2024. And live from the city of Kazan, the capital of the Republic of Tatarstan, I'm Rahmat Idris. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.